Yo, check it out. 22 years, man. We want to thank everybody over here at Apple Bottoms for all your love and all your support for 22 years, 1 year relaunch to help us celebrate for the whole weekend. We're going to give everybody 22% off. That's right. Log on with us right now. If you've been logging on with us, thank you. If you haven't, if you have before and coming back, thank you for all of that, man. Big shout out to Miss Big Mama herself. Shout out to Latto for celebrating with us, bringing her whole swag, her whole vibe to the Apple Bottom brand. It's been incredible. Like we said again, man, thank you to everybody out there. 22% off whole weekend. Let's go.
No one wants us talking about this, but you're going to want to watch closely and wait until the end of this clip. Because what's happening right now in hip-hop fashion history is bigger than anyone expected. It started quietly, almost like a whisper across social media timelines, when Nelly dropped a heartfelt message celebrating 22 years of Apple Bottom jeans. The brand that once dominated radio hooks, club scenes, and cultural aesthetics suddenly felt alive again. Fans who grew up shouting the lyrics felt a rush of nostalgia, and newer audiences leaned in with curiosity. In a short video, Nelly stepped forward wearing a clean fit, warm lighting behind him, eyes glistening with pride. His voice carried weight as he thanked every single Day One fan who believed in the dream, a dream that started as more than fabric and stitching. It was confidence. It was culture. It was curves celebrated unapologetically in a time when mainstream fashion didn't center them. He spoke about the struggle that existed before the brand was accepted. Back then, the fashion industry catered to unrealistic expectations, ignoring the beauty of everyday women. Apple Bottoms challenged that standard. It made women feel seen, highlighted, admired, not erased. Behind the scenes, sources close to the brand alleged that the company could have disappeared years ago due to market shifts, streaming celebrity endorsements, and evolving body trends. But fans refused to let it die. They kept wearing the jeans, tagging Jar Apple Bottoms on social media, demanding a comeback. And there was something emotional about seeing Nelly pause, hand over his heart. He didn't just thank supporters. He thanked the culture. The people who danced, sang, smiled, and strutted in those jeans. "Y'all kept this alive," he said. Those words echoed through the comments section like lyrics from an anthem. What truly caught viewers off guard was the unexpected shout-out to Latto. His voice softened, then strengthened. Big love to Big Mama Latto for keeping the legacy loud and proud. Fans began sharing clips instantly, because the acknowledgement wasn't random. Latto has boldly embraced the Apple Bottom aesthetic, featuring curves with pride in performances, videos, and photo spreads that remind everyone why the brand mattered in the first place. Fan tweets exploded. One user wrote, "Latto keeping Apple Bottoms alive is the crossover I didn't know I needed." Another added, "Nelly giving flowers is class." The tone was celebratory, almost emotional, like an era being honored instead of left behind. As the anniversary announcement spread, the official brand page dropped a bold message. To celebrate the movement, 22% off site-wide, ends Sunday at midnight. Screenshots traveled across Instagram stories like wildfire. Some fans joked they were about to drain their bank accounts. Others proudly showed carts filled with denim, crop jackets, and fitted tops. In a surprising turn, several celebrities also chimed in. Megan Thee Stallion commented with flame emojis. Cardi B reposted an old picture wearing Apple Bottoms from years ago, saying, "Still look good though." These posts amplified the revival, positioning it as more than a discount. It was history returning. But what touched viewers most wasn't the sale. It was the gratitude. The sincerity in Nelly's voice. He wasn't bragging, he was remembering the grind. The long nights designing, the corporate battles, the doubt. He shared that family members were part of the journey, supporting him when critics called the brand a gimmick. He described moments when his pride almost shattered under pressure. His family didn't just cheer, they protected the vision. Cousins helped carry sample boxes, childhood friends modeled early designs, and mentors pitched in advice when no investors would listen. Rumors allege that his mother once prayed over the very first batch before it shipped, asking that every woman who wore them feel beautiful. And just when viewers thought the message was simply a thank you video, there was a noticeable emotional shift. His voice shook slightly as he reflected on those who didn't live long enough to witness the comeback. Fans in the comments typed hearts, writing, "We hear you," "We feel you," and "Legends live forever." That's when something unexpected surfaced online. An alleged insider screenshot suggesting this isn't just an anniversary moment. According to the rumored leak, something new is quietly scheduled behind the celebration, involving an expanded relaunch campaign that could reshape the brand's future. Fans are wondering what else he's hinting at, because the teaser included 3 mysterious words, "And we're not done." And that's where everything gets interesting, because behind the scenes, whispers are spreading that this celebration might not be as simple as a sale. There's talk of partnerships, late-night meetings, emotional tensions, and not everyone is thrilled about apple bottoms dominating headlines again. Almost instantly after that rumored screenshot leaked, social media began stirring with theories. Fans dug through past interviews, press clips, and brand conversations, trying to piece together what Nelly might be planning behind closed doors. Some said it was just marketing hype. Others insisted the timing was too perfect, too emotional, too intentional. One headline read, "Apple Bottoms, Nostalgia or New Era?" The article speculated that the current wave of 90s and early 2000s fashion trends could position the brand to surge harder than ever. Industry experts chimed in, saying if Nelly is playing his cards right, this revival could challenge heavy-hitting fashion houses that built their empire on curves only after the culture demanded it. Meanwhile, Latto posted a story showing herself rocking a custom apple bottoms denim set, hips angled confidently toward the camera. Her caption? Just 3 words. "Legacy ain't dead." The post went viral within minutes. Fans swarmed her comments. Nelly got a warrior on his side. This is how you keep culture alive. The younger generation now had a face to pair with a legacy older audiences remembered. But behind the celebration, quiet chatter suggested tension. A rumored insider note claimed some established designers allegedly weren't happy seeing denim brands from hip-hop roots return. According to those whispers, certain fashion coalitions thrive off exclusivity, and apple bottoms represents the opposite: inclusivity, curves, culture. That clash makes for competitive friction. Sources also suggested that the anniversary sale wasn't planned months in advance. It might have been sparked by emotional momentum, a movement that felt like family rather than business. You could hear that in Nelly's voice. You could feel it in his posture. Nothing about the announcement seemed cold or corporate. It felt warm, grateful, almost vulnerable. But there was another layer: family reactions. People close to the artist shared that his relatives are swelling with pride. One cousin allegedly said, "He turned a chorus into a cultural shift." And that's true. One hook, one line about jeans and curves. It became a global celebration of body positivity years before mainstream media learned those words. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, began sharing their own stories. One user said, "When I put on apple bottoms for prom, I felt seen." Another wrote, "Those jeans made me believe I didn't have to be skinny to be beautiful." The emotional power of those posts hit millions. The brand wasn't just fabric, it was confidence stitched into denim. But if you scroll deeper, the reaction wasn't universally positive. There were critics saying the comeback is just a cash grab, accusing nostalgia of manipulating emotions. Others questioned whether the fabric quality could compete with modern brands. Comment sections became debates, each side passionate, each comment charged with memory or doubt. Nelly responded not with anger, but humility. In a follow-up speech snippet, he smiled and said, "Listen, if the jeans ain't for you, that's cool, but they changed lives. They helped people stand taller." That energy shut down a lot of criticism. Confidence doesn't need defense. However, a rumored leak from a fashion investor forum claims something even deeper, that this anniversary might lead to expanded production, new collections, and, allegedly, a collaboration with a culturally iconic female artist. Fans immediately speculated Latto. Others guessed Megan or Cardi. The thread exploded into theories, predictions, and digital detective work. As the internet buzz grew, Nelly's family started trending too. Fans dug up old footage showing his relatives cheering him on since day one. A vintage clip resurfaced of his aunt saying, "That boy's dream's gonna touch the world." That clip alone gained millions of views in hours. It was raw, honest, emotional, everything the public loves. Behind the scenes, whispers claimed that some big companies once tried to buy apple bottoms outright, arguing they could make it more mainstream. Reportedly, Nelly refused. He wanted culture to remain the foundation. He didn't want the brand watered down for boardrooms, unfamiliar with curves, hip-hop, or community expression. And that refusal made fans love him more. Integrity is rare. Nostalgia might sell, but authenticity keeps loyalty. Which is why this anniversary feels uncomfortably loud for certain competitors. Rumor alleges some brands fear that if apple bottoms rises again, women might ditch other labels for a brand that celebrates their natural shape. But the biggest shock came when a confidential file allegedly leaked, stating that this revival is step one in a structured rollout. Fans circled the document, highlighting bold text reading Phase 2, Cultural Expansion. No one knew exactly what that meant, but theories arose: music tie-ins, docuseries, influencer partnerships, and that phrase, cultural expansion, sparked one burning question across comment sections, interview reactions, and fan spaces. If this is only phase one, what deeper ambition is Nelly preparing to unleash? Because whatever is coming next, the conversation is shifting from nostalgia to disruption, and competitors are watching nervously. As the digital buzz surrounding Apple Bottoms' revival continued to swell, Nelly stayed silent for a while, allowing the rumors to spread like wildfire. But the moment he stepped back into the spotlight, it was electric. In an exclusive interview, Nelly finally opened up about his vision for the brand. "It's not just about jeans," he said, leaning forward, his voice steady but full of purpose. "It's about showing the world that culture has power. I created this for the real ones, the ones who've been overlooked and underappreciated." Fans immediately took to social media, rallying behind their favorite artist. They shared their own stories of growing up with apple bottoms, how the brand was more than just clothing but a symbol of empowerment. The comment sections were filled with emotional posts like, "I remember walking into my high school wearing my first pair, and it felt like I was walking with confidence for the first time." Another read, "Apple bottoms helped me see that curves are a blessing, not something to hide." And as Nelly spoke with passion about the brand's legacy, his words echoed beyond just fashion. It became clear that his mission was bigger than denim. Apple bottoms was, in many ways, a cultural movement, one that resonated with women of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. Nelly didn't just want to sell jeans, he wanted to sell the confidence that came with them. It was a bold statement, and fans couldn't get enough. But the most intriguing moment came when Nelly hinted at the future of apple bottoms. He teased something even bigger on the horizon, something that would take the brand global in ways it had never been before. "Phase 2 isn't just about jeans," Nelly said cryptically. "It's about giving back. It's about amplifying the voices that have been silenced for far too long." That left fans on edge, wondering what Nelly had in store. Meanwhile, the brand's anniversary sale continued to bring in waves of customers. The 22% off promotion had sent fans into a frenzy, and many shared their excitement on social media, showing off their new purchases. "I've been waiting for this moment for years," one fan tweeted, posting a picture of herself in a pair of apple-bottoms jeans, her smile wide and proud. However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The critics, especially those who had dismissed the brand in the past, were quick to voice their opinions. "It's just another nostalgia cash grab," one commenter said. "This isn't real innovation. It's just exploiting a culture that's moved on." Yet, despite these voices, Nelly's loyal fan base remained firm in their support. They knew the difference between authenticity and a quick business move. In the midst of this, Nelly's personal life continued to captivate the public. Fans couldn't help but notice the way his relationship with Ashanti seemed to be in full bloom once again. The couple had been spotted together in Barbados, where Nelly had posted an intimate picture of Ashanti, his hand resting gently on her growing baby bump. The image was tender, and the caption he wrote only added to the romance. "The best things come in pairs. Couldn't be happier to walk this path with you." But of course, fans couldn't ignore the dramatic timing. Just as the world was watching Ashanti's blossoming relationship with Nelly, Shantel Jackson, Nelly's ex, seemed to be navigating her own chapter. Rumors started circulating that she was pregnant with Floyd Mayweather's child, reigniting the public's fascination with her. Could it be? Is this a response to Ashanti? Fans speculated. Social media had a field day, mixing rumors, love stories, and life's complexities into one giant headline. One insider claimed that Nelly was aware of the news surrounding Shantel and Floyd, but chose to focus on his family with Ashanti. It was a subtle declaration that, despite the past, Nelly had moved on, choosing to build a future with the woman he had always spoken so highly of. But even still, the whispers about Shantel's pregnancy and Nelly's possible response couldn't be ignored. The love triangle, or perhaps it was better to call it a quadrangle, was becoming more complicated by the day. Fans, however, were quick to shut down the drama. They weren't here for petty gossip. They were celebrating Nelly's achievements, his brand, and his personal life. The digital spaces were flooded with posts like, "Let the man live. He's doing what he's always wanted." Others pointed out that Nelly had always maintained his integrity, both in business and in love, and they had his back no matter what. But just as things seemed to settle, another twist emerged. Fans speculated that Nelly's next move in the Apple Bottoms brand could involve a major partnership with a global fashion icon. Could it be Rihanna?